know, maybe 7 years ago now, I was asked to speak at a fundraiser for mental well-being. And I think that the audience expected me to talk about the role of the CEO and how difficult it is. And I chose in the moment that I was asked that I was going to tell my real story. Get up in front of probably 500 people, many of which know me from my past role. And I start by saying, you know, I think my opening comment was, I don't look like the face of workplace bullying, but I was a victim of it. And all of a sudden, my heart's pounding. I think the audience was silent, and I started to explain how even though I was the CEO, I was bullied from the outside of the organization, which is unfortunately something that happens. And I explained that I had that point of courage where I went to the board and I said, I can't live in this environment. Now, my board was fantastic. After I spoke the words, the first comment from one of the board members was, Jane, this is serious, which is exactly what you need to hear in the moment. And then he said, hire yourself anybody that could help you with this, and hire us somebody that the board can understand how to deal with this. Because they knew the situation was going on, they just didn't realize that it hit this crisis point. So long story short, the bully was very effective. And he turned his attentions to my board, and they became victims as well. So where they started off wanting to support me, they actually went into self-protection mode, and I have no hard feelings about that. I understand the power of what they were dealing with. And so I had to get to that choice point to walk away from my career. And I decided that I would rather have no plan, no income, no direction than to be in such a toxic environment. You would think that all of that was the point of courage I was really trying to say, and it was, but it was more courageous to actually speak it in front of 500 people. And why I know that that mattered was that many months later, somebody in the business community that I knew very well, had a really high profile job, lovely person, came up to me and he said, you changed my life. And I said, what did I do? He said, I was at that breakfast and I heard your story and I realized I was bullied. And I always thought that I wasn't good enough. And now I realize I'm in such a toxic environment that I need to deal with the real story. I thought, oh my gosh, it's just hidden, right? And that's why I hate that it still happens, but that's how we get back with people that are bad behaving, is we actually talk about it and we come to support each other.